Welcome to RadioOnFire.com.
Once again, it's on. Thank you for joining me. My name is Dominic K. And coming out of Baltimore, Radio on Fire Studios. And we got a lot of things that we need to get into. A lot of things. A lot of things here locally in Baltimore, nationwide. And, we're gonna chop it up about everything. So before we do that, I was speaking with a lady she's about 50 years old and from Guatemala. And she wanted to know what was going on with the mayor here in Baltimore, Mayor Catherine Pugh. Well, I guess she has taken a leave of absence earlier this week. But as I said, she's from Guatemala, so English is her second language. And she wanted some understanding in layman's terms. What is going on with the mayor, Catherine Pugh in Baltimore? Why she stepped down? What is the big deal? What is the whole hoopla about it? And she's a friend. So I wanted to explain it to her. So I started explaining to her and saying that, the mayor has an LLC and she had some, contracts that she put out there for people and they bought books. And it was kind of the way it looks to us is, favor for favor. And I explained to her the ethical challenges with that and the fact that it may not be illegal for her to do it, but some people will feel it's not right. And even though people do it, it's not right. So the mayor's stressed out over this. She's sick. Maybe she came out the house too quick, did press conferences too fast, and it doesn't look good. And then in addition to that, Larry Hogan doesn't particularly care for her too much, and he's launching investigations, and people that were friends seemed like they were down, they're not really down, and people throwing her by the wayside. I explained all that to her. And I did it in a way that she understood. So we were cool. So then I said, since we're in this talkative mood, let me ask you something. And I asked my friend from Guatemala, knowing the climate here in Baltimore, and I don't mean the climate weather-wise, and not just in Baltimore, the climate in America. Why would someone make that trip? Why would you try to come to the border? What's the mindset like? I asked her. I wanted to know. So my friend explains to me this. She says that in her country, if you have a business, if you have a little bit of money, the gangsters in the area, in Guatemala and other countries, they come in and take over. Like they demand that you pay them some money. You got a business, you're going to be paying the gang some money, or else you're going to have some problems. Somebody might die. We're taking over this store. Something's going to happen. You have a little bit of money in the community, something's going to happen to you. They take houses. Now, you got a nice house? She talked about a family member who built up a house. Older family. Nice house, what they would call a mansion there. The results of their hard work. The gangsters took it. They live there now. Took their house. And young boys, teenagers are being forced into these gangs. Young girls forced into prostitution. Or you die. And she said with that type of challenge, with that type of adversity, people said we're either going to die on the way or make it to the United States, but we can't stay here because they just felt that the odds were too great against what they were trying to do. And for once, I was able to get a understanding as to what motivates people to come here, because you already know that the conservatives don't want you here. So I'm trying to find out, why would they make the trip? You risk people getting separated from your kids. You risk all these things. Why? And they say if they put people in cages, separate the children, at least they would put the children with a family, with someone who's not going to allow them to be killed by the gangs, to be, prostituted by the gangs, to be exploited by the gangs in their home country. So they're fine with you taking the child. I mean, they don't want you to take the child, but they're fine with it if it means that the child will get to live. So when I understood, when she explained it to me, I understood it better. I have never had anybody explain it to me like that. And she went in deep and told a lot of different stories of different people that she knew and paying coyotes and bringing people to this country. It was a very interesting conversation. And it got me to understand the plight of her people a little bit better. So, I want to start. I hate to start off like, so deep, but that was my conversation today. So, we're going to be talking. Sheila Dixon said she got hacked. We're going to be talking about Joe Biden. Has he, is he admitting to anything? He says that he's going to be more respectful of personal space. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And the Democrats want 6 years of Trump's tax returns. We're going to talk about all of that right after this.
Connect with us on social media at Radio on Fire. If you have an event to promote, send it to yourradioonfire@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to the show, and be sure to visit radioonfire.com.
So speaking of President Trump, House Chairman has asked for the president's tax returns. It's getting serious. The House Committee Chairman formally asked the IRS to provide 6 years of President Trump's personal tax returns and some for his businesses. They're trying to shed some light on a very, very complex financial setup. They're trying to uncover some of these potential conflicts of interest. The request was made by Massachusetts Representative Richard Neal, who heads the Tax Writing House and Ways and Means Committee. House Ways and Means Committee. So this is the first time anything like this has been done in 45 years. You can rest assured it's going to start a huge legal battle between the Democrats controlling the House and the Trump administration. He's not turning the tax returns over without a fight. So, in this letter that Neal made to the IRS, they are asking for personal and business returns from 2013 through 2018 of Donald Trump's. And he says we need those by April the 10th or else. Trump told reporters today he would not be inclined to provide his tax returns to the committee. So 3 of the 8 Trump businesses in Neal's request are also among the 14 legal entities that were subpoenaed by the Attorney General here in Maryland and D.C. This lawsuit is now in federal appeals court. What's going to happen with that? They say that Trump is violating the Constitution by, of course, accepting money from foreign and domestic officials staying at his Washington hotel. I mean, if you want to get some favor with the president, of course you got to stay at the Trump Tower in D.C., right? So over 500 entities that the Trump global empire has. So this includes the trust that he set up to handle all his holdings during his presidency. That's what he said. So we're gonna see what happens with that. The IRS did not want to make any comment about this. They're gonna kind of wait and see. Weaponizing our nation's tax code by targeting political foes is a dangerous precedent, and it weakens America's privacy rights. That's what Representative Kevin Brady of Texas, the senior Republican on the Ways and Means panel, said, denouncing the Dems and what they're trying to do. So this back and forth thing is going to go. Some people want to see Donald Trump's tax returns. Trump says he was elected without showing it, so that means that people don't care about it. He may have a point. Do people really care about Trump's tax returns? I mean, we know that he's making a lot of money. I mean, whether he has 10 billion or 8 or 6 or 5 or 1, who knows? Who knows? So, speaking of who knows and all that kind of stuff, Smile Direct Club is making smiles in more ways than one. First, they're straightening teeth with invisible aligners sent directly to your doorstep. No braces, no monthly office visits, no paying a fortune. Now they are giving friends of this club $100 off invisible aligners right now. Go to radioonfire.com/smile. Use Radio on Fire's referral code and you will get $100 toward the purchase of your invisible aligners. So what are you waiting for? radioonfire.com/smile will get you started. That's a grin. Or shall I say a win-win. Get $100 off your aligners, plus a smile you'll love, plus a lifetime supply of confidence right now. radioonfire.com/smile. So Sheila Dixon, the former mayor of Baltimore, blames a hack for a Facebook post suggesting a 2020 run. Doesn't everybody suggest that they got hacked? They got hacked. It's amazing. So somebody hacked Sheila Dixon, and during this hack, they post a campaign flyer that was created. So anyway, the campaign image on the Facebook page seemed to imply that she was considering a run for the position in 2020. She said during a phone interview today on WBAL that she was thinking about it. But anyway, Sheila Dixon, for mayor 2020, image was posted to her campaign Facebook page. I looked at it and I saw it. What do you think, Baltimore? The post was deleted by afternoon, and the campaign said that they were hacked. She said, "Dear Baltimore, we have removed the post that spread quickly about former Mayor Sheila Dixon's run for Baltimore's mayoral race in 2020. Unfortunately, our account was hacked. We apologize for the confusion, but this was not authorized or planned. However, we have identified and addressed the source of the problem. We will let you know about our next steps to help Baltimore going forward. We wish Mayor Catherine Pugh a speedy recovery and will be supporting ex officio Mayor Jack Young. Baltimore, we thank you for your well wishes. We also appreciate your endless support." So I said this, and she spoke with Brian Newman from WBAL about possibly running again. She said that I have considered running even before all of this broke, and I have not made a final decision. I love this city. I'm committed to the people of this city. I believe that we don't give people a second chance, We are not forgiving and loving of people. And so, to answer your question, I haven't made a final decision. That's coming from former Mayor Sheila Dixon, who left office in her own bit of a scandal. But one thing about Sheila Dixon, she is loved by the streets. The streets love Sheila Dixon. Can she make a comeback? It would definitely be a comeback. And I think that if she was able to run and get reelected, it would be very fulfilling for her. Coming full circle. We're going to talk, before we get out of here, we're going to talk about the former vice president. It seems like a future candidate, third time's a charm, for Joe Biden. And we're going to do that after this.
Connect with us on social media at Radio on Fire. If you have an event to promote, send it to yourradioonfire@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to the show, and be sure to visit radioonfire.com.
So Joe Biden, the former vice president, says he's going to be more mindful of respecting personal space. What are we talking about? He acknowledged today that his tendency toward physical displays of affection and encouragement has made some women uncomfortable. And he promised to be more mindful of respecting personal spaces. So, he's one of those guys. I mean, he's 76 years old, right? Set in his ways. But he's one of those guys that's got to put his hand on you, hug you, touch you, kiss you, rub you. Social norms have begun to change. They've shifted. Joe Biden says, as I said, 76 years old, and the boundaries of protecting personal space have been reset. And I get it. I hear what they're saying. I understand, he said. So, the video was Biden, showing him, hugging people, grabbing people up. That's been floating all around. A lot of different ones. But Biden has also teased an announcement of his political plans, promising to be talking to you about a whole lot of issues. So I guess he's going to be making his long-awaited announcement. He did not apologize directly for what these ladies have been talking about, but he seems to be trying to say some stuff to ease people's discomfort, if it was that. Of course, he didn't assault anybody. But we also have to keep in mind that some of these people are connected to other campaigns. Ms. Flores is connected to the Sanders campaign, supporter of the campaign. But Joe Biden is the front runner only because he has the name recognition and former vice president. But I think his time has passed. I think he should have ran in 2016. But we will see. We will see what will happen. I definitely think that it is telling that President Obama is not endorsing him. That's something. And I know that another cabinet member of President Obama's, Julian Castro, is also running. His former HUD secretary. They didn't endorse him either. But he was closer with Joe Biden. So you would think. All right, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Give us a comment. These things really, really help out. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. with the brand new episode of The Diamond K Radio Show. Now, I do want to say this. Now more than ever, it is important where and who you get your news from. Here at Radio on Fire, we take pride in being a premier source of news, entertainment, and information for the urban community. Support independent media, get exclusive shows, bonus content, and so much more by becoming a VIP member of Radio on Fire. Visit radioonfire.com/join to sign up for VIP membership. So thank you for listening. Of course, we have content. We are broadcasting live from the Radio on Fire studios Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. starting. You see radioonfire.com/live. And log on throughout the day for daily updates, news, and information and entertainment. radioonfire.com. Yours truly, Diamond K. I will see you guys tomorrow.